Good morning, everybody. Before we begin, I would like to have a speech from the throne, a few words of encouragement. Today, we begin a commitment to the community and thoughtful decision-making. We each bring to this circle abilities and strengths that will be called upon to serve this city and its residents. I know each of you take these responsibilities very seriously. Personally, I'm grateful for the commitment you have already shown. Before we begin, I would like to ask two things. One, to pause for a moment and pay tribute to someone who also was willing and ready to serve this community, an entrepreneur, a long-term business owner, road builder, who we lost in the tragically days before the election, a friend, Mr. John Goofer. To pause and collect our thoughts and intention as we begin the next 4 years together. May we remember all voters who we serve. We will set policies and make decisions to improve and inspire. We are not guaranteed tomorrow, so we may strive to make the most of today. There will be hardships and successes, and we will learn from this. Join me in a moment to pause for our friend. Thank you very much. In doing so, I call this council meeting, to order at 10 a.m. Can I have somebody make a motion to adopt the agenda? Councilor Nielsen?
I move that we adopt the agenda as presented.
All those in favor? Thank you. We will go into committees, council meeting schedule, I'm sorry. Okay, we have in front of us a lot of options for where we want. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're all good, sorry.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, good morning, Mayor and Council. My name is Kristen Hewlett. I am the Manager of Strategic Governance Services, and I am before you today to present the 2025 to 2026 regular council meeting schedule. As per the Municipal Government Act and the Procedures for Council and Committees Meetings bylaw, Council is required to establish the frequency, dates, times, location, and regular City Council meetings annually. Administration has prepared 4 options in front of you. Option 1 is status quo, so Monday meetings that will occur every second and fourth Monday at 9 a.m. Option 2 is Tuesday meetings, which establishes a schedule of council meetings every second and fourth Tuesday starting at 9 a.m. Option 3 is Monday meetings, again every second and fourth Monday of the month that start at 1 p.m. And then option 4 is Tuesday meetings, which establishes a schedule of Tuesday meetings that will occur every second and fourth Tuesday starting at 1 a.m. All options take place in City Hall in City Council chambers.
In doing that, can I have a motion? Councilor Nielsen?
Thank you. I would move, gotta find it here. I'd move that we take option number 2, Tuesday meetings, which will be held every second and fourth Tuesday starting at 9 a.m.
Debate? Anybody have a different idea, opinion? Councilor Dean Billings?
Thank you. Through the chair to administration. Changing from Monday to Tuesday, is that going to cause much change for administration?
Through the chair to Councillor Billingsley, no, we would adjust schedules, regardless of which option was chosen.
Thank you.
Councillor Karen?
Thank you, Mayor Bronco. I will not be voting in favor of this option. I would like to see our meetings held in the evening, starting at 5 p.m. to make them more accessible to our public that works during the days. Thank you.
In doing so, would you like to make a motion to that for option 5, and what date?
No, sir, because there's already a motion on the floor, I will just not vote in favor.
Councillor Hoyle?
Through the chair to Councillor Hoyle, we have tried as of late to make sure that they're not more than 3 or 4 hours long, but it really does depend on what is on the agenda.
So, and ask Councillor Elder? Thank you. To administration, can we make we have a motion on the table, sorry, I shouldn't, but can we have a second or amendment to that motion?
To the chair, what would likely work best is to amend the motion. And should council still want the Tuesdays, but instead to start at 5 p.m., the motion could be amended to be option 2 with meetings to start at 5 p.m.
Councillor Nielsen?
Through the chair to Jacqueline, then, does that not change the intent of the motion then, to change the time?
Through the chair to Councillor Nielsen, it would be an amending motion. So there is a motion on the table. Another council member could move to amend the motion on the table, which would be voted on, and then the motion as amended would be voted on.
But my question was, does that not change the intent of the motion completely?
Through the chair to Councillor Nielsen, are you talking about changing the time?
I'm questioning whether by changing the time, you're changing the intent of the entirety of the motion.
Yeah. Through the chair to Councillor Nielsen, I believe you're contemplating a friendly amendment. And so should you wish to change your own motion without an amending motion, then yes, we would be concerned with intent. But if somebody else moves that your motion be amended, then it really doesn't matter too much if the time is changed.
Sue?
Through the chair to Councillor Nielsen, I wonder too if you're thinking, like, it's not a completely different motion. There's options here to consider. So you could either just defeat this one and someone could bring in a new motion, or you could amend it. There's so many different options there that I don't know that it would break procedural rules to amend it, but it might be cleaner if you want to just vote on this, and if it doesn't fly, someone makes another motion.
Councillor Billings?
Thank you. To the chair. If we, I don't think I'm speaking to the motion because the motion is at 9 a.m.
Councillor Nielsen?
Through the chair to Sue then. As we potentially change, if we are considering changing to an afternoon start, what does that do in terms of having your staff available essentially after normal work hours? Is it going to be a cost to the budget? And if so, do we have any speculation what that might be, or is it time off in lieu, or how is that orchestrated at your end?
Through the chair to Councillor Nielsen, we would typically just adjust schedules to make sure that there is no overtime for the hourly staff. The salary staff, they're expected to be here, so we would just adjust schedules.
Thank you.
But there is no overtime or no budget implications.
Question to administration. So if we were to change the hours, say till 5, would that not mean that we would have to, one, remove the fob at the elevator, because the only way the public could come up here would be through the elevator? So we wouldn't have anybody in staff if the public wanted to come and listen to us.
Through the chair to council, with the door, the glass door at the front now, we can leave everything open, and the elevator, we would have someone there that could escort people up with the badges to get through.
So we couldn't, with the technology we have today, we couldn't block the elevator today just for only on council days after 5, just to block it, if you know.
Yeah, I don't believe we could, because we have the fob system right now,
Okay.
but we could easily post someone down there to get people in and out.
Okay, thank you. So we are voting. Councillor Nielsen?
Thank you. Through the chair, again to Sue. So with the prospective change of time, what would you envision for P&T or governance committee? How would that fit into the schedule?
Through the chair to Councillor Nielsen, whatever council wants. I know if we're looking at what we used to previously do, it was a 1 o'clock start for P&T. However, administration has presented to the previous council a governance and priority committee that would encompass a bunch of different committees, and it was our suggestion that that one be held on a separate day. So we would be looking at potentially a third evening, if that's what you're looking at, or you could have that one during the day, but that is the one where you're going to have a lot more public participation than at a council meeting.
Thank you. And so if there's not an amendment, then this is the motion that's currently on the
Yes,
floor.
we are going to vote on the
Yeah.
motion, and then if there isn't, Councillor Hoyle?
Are you sure?
It's on.
I thought it was on before. So this committee, we just talked about something, and so would that remove all public participation from council then? Council meetings? Is that what we're talking about?
Through the chair to Councillor Hoyle, there would always be an open mic in council meetings, but delegations would be held at the Governance and Priority Committee meeting. There is no expectation of public participation at a council meeting. It is strictly governance and decisions. So we're looking at moving out the interactive parts that are currently in the council into a different format.
Okay.
But we would need council to approve that ahead of time, so we're just projecting right now. I think whatever you do decide has to include P&T right now until council makes that change.
Okay. And then further to Mayor Branco about the elevator, so would that mean another staff would have to stay as well to monitor the foyer?
Correct.
Okay. And so is council's concern that it's public participation that we want an evening? Is that correct?
Karen Aberlin?
Thank you, Mayor Bronco. And I was saying I've been practicing that all weekend because habits die hard with this old dog. Through the chair to council, the number one thing I have heard over the past 4 years is that we are not accessible to the public, and even though participation from the public does not necessarily or typically happen during a council meeting, it also goes down to people wanting to watch from home live, wanting to do multiple things while it is occurring. And as one of my goals is to continue to break down even barriers that might be perceived, it was the reason that I wanted to return to evening meetings so people felt like they were able to come even if they were not coming, and able to watch while council was occurring. Thank you.
Question to administration. If we were to have, Sue, you had said that if we wanted another day for delegations, if we knew we had delegations that council day, could we not put them at 1 o'clock, have delegations that day, then go into a council meeting instead of having another day for the delegations or presentations?
Through the chair to council, that would require a bylaw change. But of course, that could be one of the options that is discussed when we bring the bylaw back in front of council.
Thank you. Any further questions? We have a motion on Councillor Elder. Mike? Yes. I believe it always been discuss issues that we, as a council, may know or want to hear, and sit down with our staff to ask questions. We can't vote on it, just get that clear. Just what's happening in our community. It's a time to maybe get educated on what's coming up or not. I believe that's what it is. Councillor Billings?
Thank you. I'm going to speak in favor of the current motion. Part of the problem moving it to 5 o'clock was indeed having P&T at 1 o'clock, as you had just said, was that there always seemed to be a big gap. If we were done P&T by 2 o'clock, then having to return and also staff, right? It didn't flow, and that was part of the reason why we then moved it to 9 o'clock, then after council, then we'd move right into P&T, and there wasn't that gap of ourselves as well as for staff. So at this point, I'm okay with 9 o'clock, just because if we are going to be changing P&T to a different format, I'm good with that, but I'm not necessarily in agreement of starting something at 1 and then again at 5 and having gaps.
Thank you, but we can also change from 1 till 3 o'clock. So if we have only 2.5 hours of P&T, as soon as P&T, if we started at 3, we go right into 5. We can have a dinner break or whatever, or bring lunch in. City Cameras does that, by the way. So we don't have that dead time between P&T and council. Councillor Hoyle?
I will speak in favor of it as well. I understand access to the public. All meetings are streamed. I know there can be problems, so they can watch them. Starting at 5, I don't know that it's going to alleviate a huge amount of people being able to come, being the fact that people often aren't off work till 5 o'clock or later, which means they would still not be able to come. So I'm questioning, are we talking about the only public participation, which would be open mic? So, and I should have done this, but I didn't. I wanted to pull from past meetings to find out how many people we're talking about as coming to open mic over the year. We are a business, and just like any other business, whether it be your bank, your lawyer, your accountant, any of those demographics, we do run business hours. And we are accessible in the fact that if you want to be here, you could make arrangements to be here for that particular day. We're talking about 5 minutes at open mic, because I believe that's the only participation, what's wrong with that word, we allow at council. So I will be speaking in favor of this motion.
Any further questions? Councillor L. Speak into the mic, please.
speak through the chair?
Councillor.
So, the regular council meeting, sometimes will go past 1 o'clock. From there, we did a format called P&T,
Planning and training.
planning and training. And from there, we'll get updates. There, as the chair had said, there was no debating. It was information, which sometimes was held and sometimes was not held. Sometimes would take an hour, sometimes could take 5 hours, generally not. So, and that's where the gap happened, is why we then moved the meetings from 4 o'clock back down to 9, and then had P&T afterwards, as well as what is known as Committee of the Whole, which is a whole nother issue.
Everybody done? So the motion is for Tuesday, I believe,
9 a.m.
from,
My motion was Tuesdays, every second and fourth Tuesday, starting at 9 a.m.
no more further debate. Could we have a vote on that? All of those in favor? Opposed? Carried. So our meetings will be on Tuesday. Thank you. You're buying the drinks. Excuse me for a minute, I'm trying to get my computer going. Okay, so next,
All right.
deputy mayor rotations.
Okay, so the RFD for you today is the deputy mayor rotation. As per the Municipal Government Act and the Procedures for Council and Committees Meetings bylaw, council is required to set a deputy mayor schedule for those times in which the mayor is unable to perform their mayoral duties. The proposed deputy mayor schedule is set on a rotating 2-month schedule through to October 31st, 2026. So that would be November 1st to December 31st, 2025, January 1st to February 28th, 2026, March 1st to April 30th, May 1st to June 30th, July 1st to August 31st, and September 1st to October 31st.
Thank you. Any debate on that, or any options we have? Or do I go into a motion?
To council, this morning, you did provide me with a list of appointments, and that has been updated within iCompass. It's possible it's not on the copies in front of you, but for those listening at home and those in the council chambers, Councillor Dean Billingsley would be deputy mayor from November to end of December. Councillor Laura White would be deputy from January to end of February. Councillor Wendy Hoyle would be deputy from March until the end of April. Councillor Wayne Nielsen would be deputy from May until the end of June. Councillor Mark Elder would be deputy from July to the end of August. And Councillor Karen Aberley would be deputy from September to the end of October.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions, or what would like to switch with colleagues, or?
I'll make the
Councillor
motion. I'll move
Billings.
the motion first.
Okay.
I move that City Council appoints the following council members as deputy mayor for the following terms: November 1st to December 31st, Councillor Dean Billingsley; January 1st to February 28th, 2026, Councillor Laura White; March 1st to April 30th, 2026, Councillor Wendy Hoyle; May 1st to June 30th, Councillor Wayne Nielsen; July 1st to August 31st, Councillor Mark Elder; and September 1st to October 31st, Councillor Karen Aberley.
Thank you. Any questions, or anybody who would like to change, or, and sometimes there, if you can't make it, either the week or the month before or the month after, we'll take over if you can't make it. Sometimes things come up that we can't attend, so. I thank you very much for putting the dates in. Hopefully it won't affect a lot of us who go on holidays, or because we do need time to relax and be with our families. Okay, to the motion, all of those in favor? Carried. Thank you. Number 5, board and committee appointments.
Through the chair to council, the next RFD is council, committee, and board member appointments. The purpose of this RFD is to appoint members of City Council to serve on council committees and boards. City Council must appoint members of council to various boards and committees at the annual organizational meeting of council. In previous years, council and board appointments have been partially made through bylaw, and administration has prepared an amending bylaw to remove appointments from bylaw 2076-24, which is the council boards and committees bylaw, so that council may make appointments by council resolution. The amending bylaw deletes appointments made within Schedule A and Schedule B.
Thank you. Can I have a motion? Councillor Haberly?
Thank you, Mayor Bronco. I move that council gives first reading to bylaw 2099-25.
Okay, and I believe we all have the paper in front of us. I did have one change for the Community Transportation Society. Oh, sorry.
To the chair, right now, council is debating the amending bylaw. So once council gets through the amending bylaw, then the last motion is the appointments.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So we're amending the bylaw, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so I need a motion to amend the bylaw.
There is a motion on the
Okay.
table.
Any debate? Councillor Hoyle.
I move that council gives second reading to bylaw 209925.
We all have to vote on the first.
Oh, do we? Oh, we didn't. Thank you.
Okay, all of those in favor? Carried. Second.
I move that council gives second reading to bylaw 2099-25.
Any debate? We have a vote. All in favor? Carried.
I move that council gives unanimous consent to a third reading of bylaw 2099-25.
Any debate? No? All in favor? Carried.
And I move that council gives third and final reading to bylaw 2099-25.
Any debate? No? See none? All in favor? Carried. Thank you.
And I move that council appoints the following members of council to boards and committees as included in the attachment 1 until the 2026 organizational meeting.
Thank you. Yes, Jacqueline?
To the chair, I thought you may have had a question, so I was getting ready.
Yes, yes. On your form, on the last one there, Wetaskiwin Community Transportation Society, Councilor Karen Aberle has volunteered for that position. Councilor Billings?
Councillor Alberly, if you're, I'm only on one board, and I'm wondering if that's not something you want to do, I would certainly sit, but if you've got other commitments,
I apologize, I missed the beginning.
I'm sorry?
I did not hear the beginning.
Oh, sorry.
I apologize.
I was saying, if you are on, I don't have very many assignments. If this is something that you are willing to part with, I would sit, but if you want it, I'm okay with that as well. And
Through the chair to Councillor Billingsley, because SDAB and ARB really never meet, and it's just the training you have to go through, I don't feel overwhelmed with adding that to
Fair
my
enough.
schedule.
To administration, if we have some of these boards, is there any board here that would allow, say, for a second or third council member to participate in, or these are just our bylaws that are strict to these, the amount of participation?
To the chair, there are certain boards and committees that are governed by bylaw or MOU, et cetera, and so council would be bound by the terms of the bylaws or the MOUs or the agreements. Some council has identified certain alternates, which is allowed within the city's boards and committees bylaw.
Thank you. And my other question, we deleted the Wetaskiwin Aviation Hall of Fame.
To the chair, that is correct. The list that I was provided from council this morning had no appointments, and so that was removed from the latest list that was handed out to council.
Councillor Billings.
Thank you. Through the chair then, can I add mine as an alternate then to that transportation? Please.
Thank you. Or maybe my fault that I should apologize for on the Aviation Hall of Fame. This council still want to have that in place because I didn't see anybody applying for that, so I took it beyond myself to remove it. Councillor Billings?
Thank you. The Hall of Fame has actually moved out of Wetaskiwin. And we didn't have any documentation on whether or not we were going to continue on with this. I don't remember exactly the last time we had any representation doing this. So I don't know if it's going to require and I guess my question then would be to administration, what would it take to permanently strike this from?
Through the chair to Councillor Billingsley, not approving it on the list is perfectly acceptable because we did not have a bylaw or terms of reference.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Councillor Nielsen?
Thank you. Through the chair, to administration. A question was asked earlier. Mayor Bronco asked a question about changing numbers. So because it's embedded in MOUs or bylaws, we could have discussions following this meeting to change a bylaw to add additional members to different committees if we saw fit. Would that not be correct?
Through the chair to Councillor Nielsen, that is correct. It would require a motion of council to direct administration to do the work.
And if I may pursue? So if I'm looking at Wetaskiwin Police Committee as an example, did we set the terms for how many reps would be on that? Or is the commission itself determine that?
Through the chair to Councillor Nielsen, that is a City of Wetaskiwin bylaw. So should council wish to amend the number of representatives on that bylaw, a motion would be required for administration to do the work.
And would that be similar then to the Regional Community Safety and Wellbeing Committee?
That's correct.
Thank you very much.
So if I may say, Councillor Nielsen, would you like to make a motion to present for administration to come back to us?
Not at this time, thank you. I think it may be a conversation that comes up perhaps in a P&T.
And we have a motion on the floor already.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
I would, not to the motion, but as we got elected, everybody wanted change, and maybe there could be other committees that are coming forward in the future, maybe a sports committee that we need, because bring some stuff back. But that's future consideration that we can talk about, things that might come along our city that we don't have right now in front of us. So to the motion. All of those in favor? Carried. New business. Anything under new business? Go ahead, Sue.
Thank you. Through the chair to council, in new business, we have closed session updates, and council had previously asked administration, wherever possible, in order to support transparency, to let the public know when a closed session item is available to be made public. And so we are doing that today. There were two motions, previous motions of council, motion 41025 and motion 33225, that are now able to be made public. The sale of Northeast Industrial Lands has been completed. Drawings have been submitted for the triangular piece of land north of the wastewater treatment plant and the railroad tracks. And then for the remainder of the Northeast Industrial on the west side of 36th Street, they'll be bringing forward plans for council's future consideration. But currently, we are working with them to get the permit approved for, they have commercial retail units, several units that are being planned, and a gas station up in that corner. So there should be a press release coming out about that soon. We wanted council to know publicly about that first. And then the second one was with respect to a motion that council made coming out of closed session about Southeast Industrial Lands. So it was sold in two parcels. The first parcel, the purchaser did not meet the legal requirements of the sales agreement, and council directed administration to repurchase that land for 75% of the purchase price. And I can tell you that in addition to that, we were able to get all of the outstanding taxes paid, and the legal fees were covered as well. And economic development already has this in their portfolio to try and resell. And the other side of that, the other parcel that was sold in that sale, conditions don't need to be met until the beginning of 2027. So there potentially could be more action then, but until then, this is what we have, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
Councillor Nielsen.
Thank you. Through the chair to Sue, do we have any idea relative to development permits and the permit status of the new project?
Through the chair to Councillor Nielsen, so as most of you know, I can send the mandate letters to the rest of council. There recently, there were mandate letters sent to different ministries in the province, and one of the things that we're working on right now is the automatic yes. So there is going to be an expectation of municipalities to get to automatic yes in certain situations. So we are working with them to get the permit issued with a number of conditions to make sure that they can start construction as soon as possible. One of those conditions is approval of council for a subdivision, because that parcel is actually connected to our wastewater treatment plant. So that will have to happen, but it will be a condition of the approved permit. And we have not approved the permit yet. They've only submitted draft drawings, but as soon as they submit detailed drawings, then we will be moving forward with that.
Thank you. And Mr. Mayor, I have an apology. I was reminded by my colleague I should have made a motion before I asked the question, so I'd like to make the motion at this time, please. I move that City Council receives this report as information, and now I have a second question, which is now in order. And in terms of the development permit and dollar value, is that typically released?
Through the chair to Councillor Nielsen, permit applications are public. We can release that information as soon as it's calculated. We would need the details, which we don't have right now. Otherwise, I would be able to provide that with you right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Billings? So, if I may, to the listeners out there, so the land we're talking about, you've noticed during the last month or so, there've been some constructions on ATCO lift pump, putting in, you see all those yellow spaghettis going down the fields. That is a high-pressure gas line that Wetaskiwin really needed in case some dumb contractor decides to hit a gas line that we had no way of supplying our city. So I think now we will have enough gas to keep us warm for the winter. And across the street is the other industrial that we are doing. But I also like to make something very important. That working on those land was by previous council and administration. So credit goes to everybody here, not just this new council. It's been in the work, and credit has to be given credit to where it deserves. So we will move on, and I would ask all of you to be economic development people. So just keep promoting our community. We have a great place. We can do it. It's going to take time, hardship, rubbing heads back and forth, but together we can move mountains. Thank you.
I have a motion on the floor, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, Mr.
No,
Nielsen.
it's already on the floor, the one to receive the report as information.
Thank you. All of those in favor? Carried. And I guess I adjourned this meeting, or do we go into closed session?
Through the chair, there is no closed session today, and I did not get word that anybody wanted to add anything to new business.
So-
Other than that, it's just adjournment.
So again, I would like to thank all of our citizens for their hard work coming out to vote. That we have listened, and we will listen to the public. They want change, and we're going to do the best we can. Work as a team. A team, we work together. Divided, we fall. So thank you to administration, and we hope, pray to God that we can keep going to make our community the best place to be. Thank you. And doing that, I will adjourned the meeting today. I'm sorry, but I need glasses to look far away, so if you keep seeing me dropping this, it is 10:47. Thank you.